Some of them are hard to believe, but facts are facts. Most of us try to keep up with the fast pace of big city life. But in those rare moments when we stop for a second, we realize what an amazing place the world is. After all, our entire planet is full of phenomena and events, in a word, information that continues to amaze us every day. If you feel an acute shortage of new knowledge, rather check out the list of 25 facts about literally everything in this world. We are sure that you will definitely discover something new for yourself. Once upon a time, McDonald's cooked broccoli flavored with chewing gum. Most likely, this fact has already made your taste buds climb the wall. Not surprisingly, the attempt to get children to eat healthier food was not appreciated by those who tested the new dish. They were confused by the strange taste. Some mushrooms create zombies and then mind control them. The tropical fungus Ophiocordyceps can change the behavior of its host, the ant. When the fungus enters the body of an ant, after 2 to 3 weeks it forces the insect to leave the colony, climb the plant, to a height of about 30 centimeters, and bite into the vein with its jaws to gain a foothold in place. After the death of an ant, the fungus sprouts through its entire body, and a red-brown fruiting body grows from the head of the insect. The first oranges were not orange. The first oranges come from Southeast Asia. The citrus fruits were a hybrid of a mandarin and a pomelo and had a green color. In warmer regions such as Vietnam and Thailand, oranges are still green throughout the ripening period. There is only one letter that is not in any U.S. state name. Can you even guess which one? You will find Z in Arizona, J in New Jersey, and X in 2 states at once, New Mexico and Texas. But none of the 50 names contains the letter Q. A hybrid of a cow, usually a bull, and a bison is called a beefalo. You can even buy animal meat from at least 21 U.S. states. Johnny Appleseed's fruit wasn't meant to be eaten. The folklore character has a prototype in the person of Jonathan Chapman, a man who planted thousands of apple trees in the United States. But the fruits of the trees were more bitter than what we can find today on supermarket shelves. In fact, Johnny Appleseed did not expect his apples to be eaten, rather, he was sure that they were used to make cider. Scotland has 421 words for snow. Yes, your eyes did not deceive you, exactly 421. For example, sneezel means that it is just starting to rain or snow, feefel is used for a whirlwind of snow, and flinkdrinken is for light snow. Samsung tests smartphones for durability with a buttock-shaped robot. And this is no accident. After all, most of us carry our phones in our back pockets, which is why Samsung made a buttock-shaped robot, it's even dressed in jeans, that sits on our smartphones to make sure they can withstand the pressure. The name Windy City has nothing to do with the weather in Chicago. This nickname for Chicago was coined by 19th-century journalists who considered the city's residents talkers and idle talkers. Technically, a peanut is not a nut. These are beans. According to Merriam-Webster, a nut is a hard-shelled dry fruit or seed with a detachable skin or shell and an inner core. According to this definition, walnuts, almonds, cashews and pistachios are also not nuts, but seeds. Armadillo armor is bulletproof. One resident of Texas was even hospitalized when the bullet he shot at the armadillo bounced off the animal and hit him in the jaw. Firefighters use wetting agents to make water wetter. Chemicals reduce the surface tension of plain water, so it spreads more easily and soaks into objects better. Because of this, it is often referred to as wet water. The longest English word has 189,819 letters. Naturally, we decided to save space and not indicate it here. You can see how the word looks like by clicking on the link. Let's just say that this is the full name of the giant titan protein. It will take 3.5 hours to say it out loud. Amok is a medically recognized mental condition, literally to run like a man possessed by amok. Experts believe that this is a cultural syndrome characteristic of the inhabitants of Malaysia, Indonesia and the Philippines. A person suffering from a muck, as a rule, makes a sudden violent mass attack and only then begins to think about it. Octopuses lay 56,000 eggs at one time. The mother spends 6 months protecting the eggs, and all this time she is starving. At birth, the children of an octopus are no larger than a grain of rice. Cats have fewer fingers on their hind feet. Like most four-legged mammals, cats have 5 toes on their front paws and only 4 on their back paws. Scientists believe that the 4-toed hind legs help animals run faster. Kleenex wipes were designed for gas masks. When there was a shortage of cotton during World War I, Kimberly-Clark developed a thin, flat substitute that the military used as a filter in gas masks. The war ended before the scientists could improve the material, so the company redesigned its product to be smoother and softer, and then started selling face wipes altogether. Blue whales eat 500,000 calories in one gulp. These 457,000 calories are more than 240 times the energy that animals use to ingest krill. The tiny pocket on the jeans was designed to hold a pocket watch. The original jeans had only 4 pockets, a small one for a watch, 2 in the front and only 1 in the back. Turkeys can blush. When turkeys are frightened or agitated, for example, when males see a female of interest, the pale skin on their head and neck turns bright red, blue, or white. The skin above the beak also turns red, the so-called scallop. Most Disney characters wear gloves because they are easier to animate that way. Walt Disney may have been the first to put gloves on his characters, as they did in the 1929 film The Opera House starring Mickey Mouse. But aside from lighter animation, there's another reason Disney settled on gloves. We didn't want Mickey to have mouse hands, he had to be more human, Disney told his biographer in 1957. The man with the deepest voice in the world can make sounds that people can't hear. Tim Storms, twice Guinness World Record holder for the lowest voice, can sing 8 octaves below the lowest G on the piano. But only elephants can hear it. The modern American flag was designed by a high school student. In 1958, for this school history project, 10th grade student Robert Heft received only a 4. In his version, there were 50 stars, although at that time Alaska and Hawaii were not yet American states. Heft decided that they would soon receive state status, and showed his idea to the government. Cows do not have upper front teeth. At the top of the cow's mouth are only the molars. And where, in theory, there should be upper incisors, cows, sheep and goats have only a thick layer of tissue, a tooth pillow. It is to her that the lower teeth are pressed when picking grass, cutting stems and leaves. 3D printing allows NASA to send tools to astronauts via email. It used to take months or years to get new equipment to the space station, but new technology allows astronauts to have the tools they need in a matter of hours.